Touch mine.
AGamer here, and with the season ending this month, I wanted to do a quick little update to my warrior build. So let's start off with my utilities, the healing signet. I'm out of things to say for it, so I'm just going to say it keeps me alive, it's going to keep you alive, so go ahead and use it. Feather for Grace, every time I pop it off, breaks my stuns, gives me resistance if I have heavy Connie damage, and gives me super speed, so if I'm at a tight squeeze, I pop this off, and I just run away. Balanced Stance gives me stability for that one stomp I need in a team fight. It refreshes every second, it breaks my stuns, and it even gives me swiftness, so why not? It's awesome. Endure Pain, a 30-second cooldown, still the most boring skill for the warrior, but I use it because it breaks stuns and gives me 2 seconds of invulnerability. And times like this, I kinda do need it. Rampage, I've actually been... I kind of broke and decided to use Rampage. It does a lot of damage really quickly, although it has a 90-second cooldown, so you have to be very careful as to when to use it. But once you do, you're going to be doing a lot of damage. I've been critting 7Ks. You have a lot of stuns, especially if you're fighting a Necro. Throw your rock, dash, stun, stomp, bam, they're dead. So those are my utilities. Let's move on to my equipment. My equipment, not many changes were made, still using the Greatsword, Dagger, and Shield combo. On my Greatsword, I'm using Sigil of Annulments, Sigil of Exploitation. Sigil of Annulments, I want to be able to get rid of some boons if they have any. Bam, do some low damage due to my traits. And every time they're below 50% health, I want to get them down relatively quickly. So bam, I do 5% extra damage, and just quicker way of getting them down. Steal a boon, and Sigil of Revocation, basically Sigil of Absorption. Every time I stun an enemy or interrupt them, I have a high chance of stealing their boon, and if they have 25 stacks of might or resistance, doesn't matter, bam, I steal it from them, they don't have it, and I get it instead. And then Sigil of Revocation, one of my traits, I do damage and gain adrenaline every time I remove a boon, so bam, Sigil of Revocation, the way to go. And especially if they have 25 stacks of might, I want to get rid of that as fast as possible, so 10-second cooldown, I'm gonna handle it. This is a power build, so I'm going with full power. Rune of Strength is the way to go. Demolisher's Amulet. I didn't go with the Berserker because I wanted a little bit more survivability, so I went with Demolishers, a little bit of toughness, and I'll explain why once I get to my traits. So for my traits, we got Discipline, Defense, and Spellbreaker. Discipline line, I want to be running fast, so Warrior Sprint removes immobilization every time I use some sort of movement skill, and my damage is increased by 3% every time I have Swiftness, which is relatively awesome. Brawler's Recovery, I want that Connie removal. Burst Mastery, I want that adrenaline to get back as soon as possible, because as soon as I pop off my full counter, bam, I want my F1 to be available, whether it's my Dagger or my Arch and Slice. And hey, damage increased by 7%, can't complain. Defense, I'm using Shield, so Shield Master is the way to go. Armored Attack, since I'm using Demolisher's Amulet, I want to have just a little bit more power, so I'm going with Armored Attack. You can go with lesser Endure Pain, but I wouldn't suggest it. With 90-second cooldown, you can't really use it unless, I guess you would just want that extra seconds of invulnerability, but I'm going with Armored Attack instead. Rousing Resilience, this thing is the reason I stay alive. This is the reason why I have so many breaking stuns, so many skills that break my stuns, because as soon as I do it, I gain my health back, I gain 1000% toughness, I gain more power, and it's just a way of getting a lot of healing, a lot of defense. It's basically the only reason why I survive. I have been getting the top healing simply because of Rousing Resilience, even when there's druids on my team. Spellbreaker. Pure Strike, you can go with guard counter, but I wouldn't suggest it since because it's only a 3-second duration, 33% incoming damage reduction, meh, as compared to 7% extra damage overall, and if they don't have any boons, bam, 14% extra damage. Loss Aversion, I'm using this mostly for the adrenaline gain because I want to have my adrenaline up as fast as possible. I want it full basically all the time. And hey, the extra damage, why not? Mega Bane Tether, every time I pop this off, as soon as I get that Mega Bane Tether onto my opponents, I'm gonna be shot up straight to 25 stacks of might, and that's gonna be a lot of damage. I'm gonna be doing about 10Ks, 11Ks, 7Ks just on average, so it's gonna be most of where my damage is coming from. If I'm fighting a thief, they're gonna be revealed, they can't hide, same thing with Mesmers, doesn't really matter. And if they get far away, out of my range, they get pulled back into me, it's very useful, especially if they're trying to run away or just trying to get a heal, or if they port somewhere, bam, they get pulled right to you, you finish them off, and they're dead. So with that said, at the end I always have a small montage, where actually this time I actually have a big montage. Since this is a quick build, I'm going to have mostly fights, just to give you an idea of what this build is, and I gotta say, it's a pretty good build, so check it out.